What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Counterside video. Yeah, I know, I'm making 3 on the same game back to back. Really unlike me. Usually it's all random, but I digress. So, I wanted to kind of sit down and predict what's coming next. Like I already showed there's a way to look, but if we go over here to our recruit page, you can see here the banner for Lee and Yang is ending in a day, 2 days. We'll say 2 days. It's ending in 2 days. So I kind of wanted to try and predict what we can see coming after on these 2 banners. If we can expect something coming after these 2 banners, because there is that probability that they're not going to have 3 banners running like this, you know? So these 2 could go away and just, that's it, they're gone. Like, I did not play the C version or the Korean version, so I don't know, you know, how the regular banners and what those normally look like for them. I guess I could have looked it up, but where's the fun in that, you know? This way I can kind of blindly predict and guess to see what we might see coming next. I'll even kind of guesstimate what'll be up in 2 weeks when Sigma's banner's done her run. So I'm going to go over to our good friends right here at I've called this 100 different things across my videos, but for Pridwin, is that what I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Pridwin. So these are all of our SSRs currently in the global server. So, like I said, there is the option that once these 2 banners are done and gone, that's it. No more, you know, 3 banners running. But if by chance that's not what they're doing and they're gonna keep 3 banners running, or at the very least 2 banners running, and it's just alternating weeks of banners cycling out, let's try and guess at what could be replacing it. I think a strong possibility, so for, like, I'm gonna say my option 1 is we're gonna get a banner featuring one of these SSRs we already have in global that hasn't had, you know, like a rate up or a featured banner of some kind. Now, that being said, we can, of course, I think, eliminate certain units. Those units being Eins and Y, because they were on the Battle Pass. We can eliminate Kyle, Gaon? Yeah. Xiaoyun, Chifuyu. Those will probably eliminate Titan and Jiaolin as well, because they were all pretty prevalent in, like, those starter account SSR tickets and things like that. So we'll kind of eliminate those few, Masterosa being another one. Those few out of the bunch. If we look over here, I have the SSRs as they were released in the C version, which I imagine is roughly the same as the Korean version, because the Korean's only, like, I think 2 updates ahead or so. So if we go by this, we can look, if we scroll up here, there are a handful of units that we have, or I guess it's really just Na Yubin at this point. Oh, no, there you go. Frederick down here as well. There's a couple units that we already have in the global version. That, Lee Suyun as well. That we had at launch. So, if I were to guess, based on that, which units that, you know, came out at a later date here, that we already have could be the focus banner, I'm gonna lean towards my option 1. If it's gonna be characters we already have that just haven't had focus, it's gonna either be one of, like, 5 possibilities. It's gonna be either Na Yubin, Lee Suyun, Frederick Doma, Dominic, or the Administration Sword Fighter. One of those 5 is a very strong possibility, because as you can see, these were all, like, later releases for the C and Korean version. So, and we started with them. I will also throw in King to that list as well, because seeing as we got Lee Yumi as a banner, and she was like a later selection as well. King's probably a solid selection as well in that regard. So, that being said, that's option one. They're going to use units we already have in the game that were later releases in the C or Korean version. Okay, so that's said, right? That's our option one. Our option two is it's going to be units that we don't have that maybe didn't garner a whole lot of attention when they came out. So we'll say, I'm gonna open this real quick. So we'll say units that don't rank as highly on the like tier list here, so that they're likely not going to get a lot of traction upon their release. So if we go over here, if that's the case, our option two is it's going to be one of, I'm going to narrow it down to say 4 units. Regina, Adele, Harab, and how do I want to say this? Niele? However we want to say that. One of those 4 will be my second option. So if they just want to add more new units at a more rapid pace to try and bring us closer to the C version, so that it's like a 2-week span from Korea to C, from C to global. It's a possibility. I've seen games do it before. I mean, if you played 7 Deadly Sins, you saw that game, you know, just rapid fire to catch up. So now that there's only a 2-week difference between the versions. So if they want to go that route, this would probably be the best way to take those less exciting, less well-received units and put them on their own separate banners that don't take away from the big highlight banner, you know. So that's option 2. We'll see one of those 4 maybe, or well, I guess 2 of those 4 maybe. 1 or 2, depending if they want to keep it to 3 banners or only drop it down to 2. Those are options. I feel like that is a possible playthrough. So either we're going to see units that are in the game that haven't had a banner focus of their own. We're going to see some less popular, less higher tier characters that, you know, aren't going to garner as much attention, that aren't going to make as much money for them, kind of thing. Fill in those, I guess, filler banners. So those are my options. I will like kind of show up a little graphic or something at the end of the video to show out what we can kind of assume to be coming next. And if we're going to touch up on what I think is coming after Sigma, then I'm going to go ahead and throw my guess to Serapel. I'm assuming I'm saying her name right. She seems like a really strong guess because their very first new addition to the game, to the general pool, was Sigma, an SS tier character here, that it was a very popular character on the C and Korean version from what I've seen. So we're likely to see another very popular character come around. And Serapel seems like the most obvious choice out of everything here. There is, of course, they could, you know, jump way far ahead. We could get either of the replacer characters or Spira, but I don't think that's the case because I think they're going to save those banners so that they run alongside their respective awakened character unit. So Spira will run with Ministra. The replacers will run alongside the replacer queen or king or wherever he is. There he is. Something like that, right? So there's always the possibility that they do a focused banner for a new operator character. I don't know how they're going to do those because we haven't gotten that on the global version yet, so that might be a possibility as well. But I'm just strictly looking at employee probability, like which characters you can kind of expect next. And this is just a guess. This is just me trying to, you know, shoot my shot into the dark and see if I can call it correctly. And yeah, I'm shooting a very wide shot. I'm shooting a shotgun, not a pistol, trying to make a guess here. But I want to kind of give a broad selection so that maybe, you know, we can kind of get some accuracy on it, right? Like we can kind of have an idea of what to expect. And this is just me, like, you know, maybe they've already said somewhere and I haven't seen it. Maybe somebody that plays the C version or Korean version can, you know, say something in the comments like, nah, they're probably going to do this because this is how they did it there. And that's cool. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing, and I like the idea of guessing. I like trying to predict based off of this and not having a definitive, you know, answer. So they've already kind of jumped around. We've already started our global version with a few units that are like later releases, and we've already skipped units with our first like new ad with Sigma. So it leaves some things in question. How are they going to do it? We don't know. So this is just a little bit of fun to kind of try and guess. So well, you can join me in guessing. Leave in the comments what you think is going to be next. What you think is going to replace, or if they're going to drop banners, or if they're going to, you know, add more banners. I really don't think that's an option, but you never know. So, real quick before I end it, like I said, I think in my last video, we have on the rumor mill that Awakened Mina is coming after Hilde leaves in 3 days, I think. I have no reason to doubt that. I've seen nothing to doubt that. And because of the, you know, far more limited pool that Awakened units are, far smaller pool that Awakened units are, it seems kind of likely they're just going to stick to this schedule. So that does also help us kind of predict certain regular SSR characters. So if they break the schedule at all, the only thing I can see them potentially doing out of order is maybe moving Awakened Yuna to after some of the characters that we actually have in the story at the moment, or have seen at the moment. So Na Yubin, Xiaoyun, which technically I guess we haven't seen Awakened Lee Seon yet, but we've seen Lee Seon, so I'd be okay with that. I really want Na Yubin. I'm excited for him, but I'm probably not going to be summoning on Mina. And from what I'm led to understand, PSA at the 1-year anniversary for C, and I think also created this, you basically get a ticket to pick between Mina and Hilde. So, you know, everybody kind of re-rolled for Hilde, so you can skip Mina and then just get her there. But again, when new Awakened units come out, they're usually top of the food chain in PvP, so I understand wanting to go for it. Also, the pity for your Awakened banner carries over between Awakened banners. So, you know, if you threw some more summons at Hilde, you didn't get another copy, you're already sitting, you know, close to pity when Mina drops, and so maybe you want to throw at that, or maybe you want to save it for one of these other Awakened characters you're really looking forward to. As far as predicting Awakened characters, I have no reason to deviate from what I see here, just because of its far smaller pool. Heck, they might, you know, release these first 5 down here, or well, I guess 4 down here, and, you know, then come back to Hilde again. Hard to say. I don't really know how they did it before on the other versions, and it's kind of up in the air. But for now, I'm just going to guess they're going to follow the order of release, so there's no reason to really deviate from that. But we can use that to kind of also help predict this. So what I feel is most likely is they're just going to stick with using those 2 banners that aren't, I guess, the main banner. Going to be filling in less popular characters, less lucrative characters for them, and just to kind of fill in that SSR pool. But then again, they did release Yang in there, so who knows, Serapil may launch in the next 2 days on one of those banners. We'll see what happens. If that's the case, I guess I have another summoning video coming out, and I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. So, with all that being said, thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate the views, yeah, I appreciate it all, just everything. And we'll see you in the next one, whatever that will be. Hopefully it's not a summoning video. I don't have that kind of resources. Please, please don't make me summon for another character I won't already. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.